Here we go. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Dominique The Podcast. We're going to be here with you every week, getting some good laughs, talking some trash, talking about what's going on in this world, and I'm going to have some good guests for you every week. So this week I got coming up my homeboy, straight out the DMV, even though he a little bit outside of DC. He's still up in there. Y'all give it up for the very funny Alex Scott in the building.
What's going on? Yeah, I'm in the go-go range. I'm in the go-go range.
You in the go-go range?
Yeah. I'm in the go-go mood.
Yeah. And my other very funny friend, straight out of the ATL. If he look like he in the car, that's where he at. He on daddy duty. He's picking his baby girl up. I give it up for the very funny laugh. Love.
What up, Dom?
I can't call.
Alex say he in the go-go. I'm in the booty shake. I'm in the booty shake realm, so you know. They get naked around here.
I know that's right. So look, I'm gonna ask y'all how y'all making out with the daddy duties doing coronavirus.
Hey, I'm getting unemployment right now. I'm all right. I'm doing all right.
Still? Yours ain't cut off on the 31st?
But Virginia just approved a new 400 that Trump threw out there. I'm just waiting for my back check to hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Ain't this about a bitch? And I'm down here getting this $73.14 a week. Like, what am I supposed to live off $73?
But hey, Lane, go ahead, Alex. Go ahead.
They had dropped me down to 158. My wife was like, all right, you got to do something there. I was about to go to Instacart.
Hey, Lane.
Yeah.
But look, if you say you don't even get $100 a week, that new thing that Donald Trump instituted, you don't even qualify. You got to at least get $100 a week from unemployment to get that.
Man, let me tell you, man, I can't trick off. I can't do nothing with no $72. This is terrible. I ain't never been no street dude, but I was watching Breaking Bad the other day. Like, yo, I think I can do that. I was pretty decent at chemistry. I think I can whip up a meal real quick.
It's hard to sell drugs now, though, because they got to pay you on Cash App. They going to build up a case real fast now.
Hey, man.
How come you got $42 $10 the other day?
Hey, Alex, Dominique can tell you I'm good with these computers. I mess around and go get an LLC, Lab loves brownies. They were like, this nigga is selling so many brownies out this month.
You know what? You gotta get it any way you can out here in these streets.
Hey,
look, I knew times was hard when people came back up with the pyramid scheme. I said, oh, they got tight.
They tried to change the name. They tried to change the name of it though.
To the Suwu. What is it?
The Susu or whatever it was.
Get in the water. Get in the water.
Yo, hey, I told
the nigga, I said, let me see you get your 4,000 first. Let me see the money. And then when you get your money, then I'll jump in. I gotta see you receive your money first.
Listen, what y'all not gonna do is talk about these Susus. These Susus brought me through so y'all can go to hell. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm about 15,000 up right now. Real talk.
Oh, well, look, Alex. He one of the CEOs of the joint.
Yeah, he's the CEO. See, you gotta be like the first two people on the pyramid to get the money. See,
hey, lad, we ain't talking about you. They looking for your time.
That's why he in the car. He gotta stay on the move.
I ain't running them. I'm just involved.
Hey, Lamb, your car looking like the Suwu. Look at your car. Your car look like you've been to work every day. I'm just saying.
That Susu check paying that good car note.
Hey, don't spite me. Get like me. How about that? How that?
I know that's right. Like,
I'm
oh
just
my
saying.
God. But look, I called the people I called that was in the Subaru. I said, okay, well, I'm ready to go, whatever. Y'all get y'all money. As soon as I heard this, I said, okay. Man, look. I said, you ain't got to say no more. Hey, when they, man, look. I said, I don't want to get in the water. I'm just I'm in the shower.
My cousin started off like, look, this ain't a pyramid scheme. I said, there you go. There you go. I said, that is not a pyramid scheme, it's a pyramid scheme.
See, but that's the thing about it. Actually, it's not, because in a pyramid scheme, the one person stay at the top, and these one person don't stay at the top in it. That's not how it works.
That's why they didn't send no email, Dominique, because it looked just like that. That's how it looked on the email.
But you can tell Lamb one of the founders in Atlanta.
Yeah. Did you hear how he explained that? Did you hear how he explained? It's not really, because the person that disappear.
Alex, he hit this. Actually.
Yeah.
Get in the water.
Lord.
So y'all around there home.
Trying to help you.
So y'all homeschooling and everything. So how's it working out? Lamb, I don't know about you. I know Alex, he was homeschooling. And everybody pretty much has been on his last couple episodes. Their parents, but none of them spoke to like they were actually homeschooling. They have older kids. So what's that like, Alex? What's that like for you?
It's like right now, I got a second grader and a first grader. So the teachers are sending out emails like, work with me because I got a lot going on. I said, bitch, I'm teaching 2 grades. How you got a lot going on? She talking about she got a teacher work break between 11 and 1. I said, for what, bitch? I ain't got no break. I'm picking up another Zoom at 11. Talking about go on PE. Nigga, I'm going outside and smoke this blunt at motherfucking 12:30. Ain't no PE. Ain't no If it don't go better by next week, I'm just gonna go and get my GED.
Don't
be done with it. We're gonna go on and get a GED and start at PG Community College next month.
Okay, but so far, how the kids liking it? Is it cool for them? How they feel about it? I know they're young.
They young, so they not staying focused. At first I had them in one room where they had a window and they just kept looking outside all day. So now I got them in a closet where they can't look around. They my kids. They probably got ADHD like me. So one little sound just send them off and they all over.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So it's rough. And then I don't like the other little kids on the Zoom.
Okay.
So now I'm back in elementary school beefing with little kids. Like, why don't you shut the fuck up, bitch? Don't nobody care what you got for snack.
We done lost life. Somebody dropped off some of that Subaru money.
One of them Subaru niggas that caught up with him out there. That Subaru money was looking good. That nigga got white leather and everything in that joint.
Sunroofs.
Yeah. You see that? That was the first thing I seen. I said, "Whoa, that Subaru money looking good over there, goddamn."
Lamb say he there, but his face not coming up.
He done came back. He gonna come back in a Sentra this time. He gonna want to come back in that same car.
Hey, we don't see you, like.
Oh, okay. There we
go.
He done came back in a different car. He done turned the light on so we can't see the sunroof. He don't want us to see that Subaru.
What it is, y'all just some haters. Y'all don't be hating your whole life. At some point in time, you gotta get your mind right.
Yeah, that's lame. We already know what that was. What y'all been since we've been in the house? And I don't know, Alex, I don't know if you have been to work. I'm going to work. My first day down here in Atlanta, Lab. I'm going to be down there in Atlanta.
I ain't been to work too. I've been doing some shows, but I ain't doing no shows. I'm doing all shows that they can only pay cash. I don't want no check while I'm getting this unemployment. If you can't pay cash, they like $700. I got to pay you cash. I'm like, give me $250. If you can do cash, $250. I'll do it for $250. I don't want no check.
Yeah, it's the same thing. And it's sporadic. It's out here now, and then promoters trying you now because so they know you ain't working. Promoters call you like, I know the room used to pay $2,000, but I got if you'll come get it.
And you gotta sit there like,
wait a minute, Alex, wait a minute, 1 second. Go ahead, Larry. We gotta talk at one time or we get distorted. Go ahead.
Oh no, then now you gotta decide whether you want to get tried or do you want to just take the money, get the 150, then just fight it when you get there for trying you after you get your 150.
I'm gonna be in Atlanta at the Uptown Comedy Corner September the 18th through the 20th. So, Larry, if you ain't working, come rock with me if you want to. We talk about that later, though. It's up to you. You know how we do.
Okay, yeah, I do.
Yeah, you already know how we do. So,
yeah. Man.
I did the last show at the Oak before the quarantine hit. It was me and Tyler.
Oh, dang. Okay.
We was the last show. Like, it was a couple of niggas in there. Like, they ain't really want to be there. Like, I stood outside for the whole time. I ain't never go in the green room. I was on the corner right there at Jimmy John's until they called me in. I was just hanging out with the homeless people until they called me in. I ran in there, did my little show, and ran back out.
Yeah, that's how you got to get down in these times that we in. Y'all, since you've been home, though, y'all been looking at a lot of TV. What y'all been looking at on TV?
The Chi.
Yeah, The Chi. I checked The Chi out.
That's my show.
I think I have watched every episode of Sanford and Son since we have been at the house.
Oh my God!
Good time.
I'm to the point that now I think I probably know every episode by heart, every line, every script that Fred gonna say, and I'm a Sanford and Son-ologist now.
That I'm gonna tell you a show that I started watching. My cousin told me to watch P Valley, right? Y'all heard of P Valley?
I heard. I ain't watched it yet. I'm gonna watch it tonight. Now I ain't got shit to do.
Yeah, it's this show, and it's a strip club business, right? And I said, well, I ain't never know about, I don't know about the whole strip club game because I ain't go to strip club. All I only know about strippers is what people tell you about them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that this was really an art. They climbing up the pole to the top and spinning around. I said, oh my God, no wonder they make money. They are really talented.
I stopped going to the strip club when I went to that one on Rhode Island Avenue called the Isles. That was my last strip club experience. As soon as I walked in, it was an ass right there on my cheek. As soon as you came in there. And then there was 3 niggas in the back just watching to see who was tipping so they could rob their ass out there on Rhode Island Avenue after it was over. So I said, this was a bad experience.
If you don't know about Rhode Island Avenue, that's in D.C. That's what Alex talking about. Somebody wanted to comment and say that they've been looking at the Golden Girls. The Golden Girls always the winner.
And the oldest one, that looked like she the oldest, she was the youngest.
She was and used to kill it.
Used to kill. She was so funny on that. She was so funny. God. I love the Golden Girl. I've been watching Good Times.
No, I don't watch Good Times no more. When I was really had a beef with Good Times after they was gonna finally Keith was gonna finally help them, and when he got hurt, I said the hell with Good Times. I ain't never look at it no more. I said it's sending a bad sign.
That nigga was straight from the Chicago Bears to Capri Greens.
No, that was my idea of how to get down. No. I'm watching Lovecraft Country. That's a good sci-fi too.
Now I seen that. I've been seeing the little pop-ups come up on that. I be scared of the little witchcraft stuff because I be dreaming at night. I got PTSD.
That's what I thought too, but you gotta check it out. It's a sci-fi, but it's really a sci-fi. It's a sci-fi that you would get. I'm not.
See, my wife. That's my wife. She into all the sci-fi stuff. Every time I come in, somebody's head hanging off, or they praising the devil or something. I be nervous.
It's not your general sci-fi. You gotta check it out. You gotta give it a chance. I felt the same way until I gave it a chance.
That's the little black dude. I seen the little black dude on the promos coming out the Lovecraft. I seen it.
You
I've been
gotta
trying
watch.
to.
You
You been
gotta
watching
watch.
the playoffs?
I've been watching the playoffs. I've been checking the playoffs out. LeBron, he done went all the way in and got rid of his head. I
He
was
need to do something
wondering,
with that head. He need to do something with that head.
he cut it ball though, so I understand.
Did it?
Yeah, they say he cut his hair off.
Doing this week?
Yeah, just recently.
Oh, he
Like,
had to because that thing was a mess.
did LeBron cut his hair this week, like?
Not the last game I seen.
No,
His shit,
he
his
like
shit
that
was
in the
just like George Jefferson.
Laugh, he stuck, he driving through the streets, ducking and dodging with them
You
piece
see,
of
he cut
money.
the lights off and that
He
Susu
cut the lights
money.
off with that Susu money. But I have been watching the playoffs though. The
So what
playoffs.
did you, that little protest they did was some bullshit. That was the shortest protest ever. Them biggest protest for like 26 hours.
No, but it's still, in my opinion, though, Alex, it was necessary now. They
Them
are
niggas were old.
they in a business, but they are making a point now.
I
You know
think
what
they was making more of a point being out every night. Cause nothing more than racist white people don't hate nothing more than to see a whole bunch of black millionaires on TV. That eat their soul up inside.
I agree with you, but I still think you gotta have a balance.
You do.
They gotta have a balance, right? So they still making their points, but they still in the business and they are under contracts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they do have contractual agreements, and like I know we work with contracts, so you do have to honor contracts. But I'm really grateful for the players in their protest because pretty much, they really, really taking a good stand, and I think they really, really helping the cause. I mean,
it's awesome that they speaking out. You know what I'm saying? Because we as comedians, we try to speak out, but we got to teeter that line because you don't know what clubs you got to work. Like right now, only the clubs in the Republican states is open.
What you say, Alex?
I feel like
only clubs open is in the red states right now, so we got to teeter that line. We can't talk too much shit.
I don't care what state they in. I'm gonna say what I got to say.
Right. I feel,
Go ahead, lad.
I feel like a bad baby daddy. Every time y'all try to talk to me, I just leave.
Yeah. From now on, that got to be a prerequisite of the show.
Man,
don't
when
do
you
this.
coming to pick us up?
You can't do the show in the car. You got to be stationary from now on.
You in LA, Dom?
Yeah, I'm in LA right now. We were just talking about, lad, when you were cut off. We were talking about the NBA and the protests with the NBA. We also were talking about LeBron James getting his head cut.
That head is a mess.
Ball, right, Lave? Lave can't hear nothing. Lave, he riding through. He
riding through the city right now.
I don't know where Lave at.
He need one of them people that be beside the president over there doing like that.
So I think it's good. I think it's necessary. But what I did want to get into is that I saw a story about Breonna Taylor. Where it said Breonna
So
Taylor.
That's what when shows get cut back. You have to cut back on your internet strength.
I mean, you could have got a lower grade car and got a little one more ball.
No, I don't want the full bandwidth. Just give me some of it.
He like one of them niggas that be on heroin and just wake back up right in the middle of the conversation. What he was talking about. Yeah, what I was saying. But what you saying about Breonna Taylor?
The judge. This is what we were talking about last.
Arrest them dudes.
Well, I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. But what I can say is that they just told her boyfriend that if he would admit that he was part of a crime syndicate, her ex-boyfriend, that they would give him a plea deal. That's what they said.
He got to admit that he was in a crime syndicate.
No. If he admits that she was a member of an organized crime syndicate, they would give him a plea deal on his charges, the ex-boyfriend.
That's how that went.
The person that was locked up that they were supposedly going to get that he no longer even lived at her residence. She had a
Yeah,
whole
they
new
said
boy
she was taking
nine.
weed. She was accepting weed from the mail at the door. They said,
I don't
like,
think she was doing that.
like I used to do that, but I only sent like it in an Altoid box. I would send me like an eighth from LA back home.
I don't think. But what do you think about? I mean, like with that situation, it's like, what is the end game? You know, we have a lot of issues going on right now with law enforcement. They say they don't get any respect, and we are at odds with law enforcement. And when these type of things happen, how do you get respect? You know what I'm saying? How do we turn a corner in this process? I guess is what I want y'all to answer, if you can. You know.
I think we just need. I mean, I seriously think if you live in a black neighborhood, I mean, I hate to make it racist, but black police need to police black neighborhoods.
Okay.
And I was thinking they need non-lethal bullets in their guns. Them rubber bullets hurt like a motherfucker. Have a real gun in your car that you can go get if shit gets serious, but the one on your hip should be non-lethal.
Okay, I give you that.
Cause that shit will hurt still. I mean, that shit will stop you in your damn tracks. I got hit in the eye with a Nerf gun one time. That shit I couldn't see for like 3 days.
What do
you think on that?
You said what?
Well, I said, what you think on it about the police? How they should? What kind of compromise can we come to?
I don't know. I just think that they have to. Excuse me. I think that they have to take some accountability, Alex.
Yeah.
I think if they take some accountability and don't err on the side of we perfect and we don't make mistakes, and when we do make mistakes, we're not going to be held accountable for them. I think they have to work on that. I think they have to work on not being so afraid of black people. If that's what it really is. People of color, if you will. You know,
I don't know if it's afraid as much as an agenda. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that agenda has changed.
Yeah. I don't think they're afraid because they be picking the fight. They come looking for the fight. You know,
they do.
Yeah, I don't think it's more so they afraid. I think it's more of an agenda, and they already come looking for a crime instead of innocent. You're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, but black people, we guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah, we are.
You know, DC police are all right though. DC police that let me go out of second and P and Barry Farms like 3 times without doing nothing to me.
Yeah, we didn't went to school with most of them and all that, so you know that's a whole different kind of thing.
Some cities ain't as bad as some other ones, you know.
Right.
DC police ain't really that bad to me. Mm-hmm. I mean, I remember days in DC. You could be driving down Georgia Avenue with the blunt and just bust a U-turn on Georgia Avenue and go the other way, and nobody say nothing. You know, but you better do that shit in Maryland or Virginia, or your ass going to jail.
Oh, Virginia, you can do anything and you out of here.
As soon as you get to Pentagon City, you better have that seatbelt on. But get the gospel, find your little gospel station on that joint. As soon as they come in there, everybody just be sitting straight up in Virginia. The further you go south, the more nervous you get.
Yeah. Lav said he can't hear. Lav, you're not muted on this end. I don't know why you can't hear. It usually happens when you trying to do some stuff streaming and you going through different counties. Can you hear now, Lav?
He just smiled. He just smiled.
Because I can't hear. I can't hear Dom. I can hear you loud and clear, Alex.
You can't hear Dom?
No, I can't hear Dom. I can hear you perfectly.
He said he can't hear you, Dominique.
I don't know why he's not muted or anything.
But tell me and I tell her what you said.
I can hear him. You can't hear me, Lane?
She said she can hear you.
Yeah, but I can't hear her.
Well, go on and say what you saying, and then then she just nod her head when you finish.
See, that's what happened when they. See, this.
We gotta get a system.
Yeah, we gotta get a system. So I think with the see, that's what I'm saying. I can hear you. Anyway, so the police. Let me tell you, it's a fear thing. But I think it's a fear. The police fear black men because of what they think we have to do, what they think we are, and what they perceive us to be. Like I think D.L. Hughley said it. The worst place for a black person to exist is in a white person's mind. And that's part of the problem is that their perception of us is in their mind, and most of these white officers don't actually know black men for real. So their first encounter with us is a lot of times
Hold on one second,
those they dealing with niggas most of the time, so they don't really know black men. They know niggas, but they don't know black men, and that's what the
Wait a minute,
problem is.
wait a minute. She said, I gotta do the system.
Y'all got headphones?
I got some.
Yeah, we need some head. You got headphones at all, Larry? Your speaker not. Your speaker not on.
I got
Alex. Okay, you got me. Okay, all right. Okay, go ahead, Lav. Make your point. I don't know why Lav can't hear me. Lav, you still can't hear me?
Said, go ahead and make your point, Lav.
Okay, so that's it. So I think the officers are scared of black men because they don't really know black men. They happen to deal with the niggas of our society, but they don't deal with black men. And so their perception of what we are is false. So when they have an encounter with a black man, it turns into something that it never should turn into because they're perpetuating their fear of black men that they had from day one.
I agree with that. I also think they pick and choose what cases they want to put out in front of the world too. You know, they always put us in a bind when they know that the person that had a gun or something like that. That's the case they throw on the news. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But they don't show when they fucking with the average working 9 to 5 black man that we get harassed every day because we don't fight them and we don't run from them and get shot. But a lot of times we still getting harassed and treated like dirt. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part that they don't see. They only see the ones that's getting shot. But what about the ones that just we get over ticketed. We get this other stuff too that ain't the shooting that people don't realize that go along with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. I think that go ahead, Alex.
No, go ahead.
I just think that I don't think you should be the police anybody and you afraid because I don't like to buy you so afraid of black men. You shouldn't be on the police force then. You know, can you hear me, Lav? Lav, you can't hear me?
Can you hear Dominique? Like DC police been afraid of niggas, and they went on and said, you know what, I'm gonna start sending y'all niggas tickets in the mail. I ain't even gonna deal with you face to face. DC been stopped dealing with niggas face to face, like at least 10 to 15 years now. If you speak, they like, I see my Crown Vic speeding, send him a ticket in the mail. I'm not gonna stop that nigga.
Right.
I'm not gonna stop. Like I said, some cities are better than some cities. I think DC police, like you said, y'all went to school with a lot of them, so they deal with us on a more humane basis because they just like us.
Okay.
And I think that's what's wrong with. I think if you're not a person that's from the inner city, you definitely shouldn't be a police in the inner city.
No.
You know,
mm-hmm.
If you're from the country, police the country. That's where you go.
That's where you go.
Yeah, that's where you go. My cousin Jason, you know Jason, they used to play in Junkyard, Jason Lane.
Yes.
You know, that's my cousin. So, you know, Jason was DC police for 3 days.
He couldn't take it. He couldn't do it no more.
He said he pulled over somebody on Minnesota Avenue. He said soon he got out the car, they fired 2 shots back. He said everybody on the block thought it was getting ready to be a big car chase. They jumped in the car. He said when he jumped in his car, he busted a U-turn and went back to the station and took the uniform straight back to the station. He said, "This ain't for me." He said everybody just knew it was going to be a car chase going down Minnesota Avenue. He said he went the total opposite way. He said, "Why I'm chasing them and they shoot? I'm not chasing them."
We got a shout out too while we talking. We got to shout out the great John Thompson. Rest in peace. If you don't know who John Thompson is, John Thompson was the coach for Georgetown University. We from Washington D.C. That was my team. Still is my team. Alex from the D.C. area.
Still my team. Hoya Paranoia.
Come on, Patrick. You and the coach now, who was one of the All-Americans, all-time great centers.
I'm still mad at Freddie Brown. I'm still mad at Freddie Brown for throwing that goddamn ball to James Worthy in the goddamn championship.
Sometimes you just ain't gonna never. He's still mad at himself.
Oh my God!
He's still mad at himself.
He coached basketball in Alexandria at one of the private schools. I seen him at an AAU game. He went to shake my hand. I said, "Nah, man." I said, "Nah, man."
Yeah, shout out to Coach John Thompson. He brought some great days, and I didn't realize until recently. that a lot of people were really they said all over. I'm learning from people recently. They said they've been wearing Georgetown University shirts and everything. They've been wearing Georgetown all over the country. And I was like, I just wasn't in tune to that until people started saying it recently. Because, that's our home team and we was winning.
So we thought it was just everybody around the way had it.
Right. And I didn't even, we come from Chocolate City. So if you come from Chocolate City, like I grew up with white people and those kind of things, but not they weren't in my neighborhood like that. No. And in school, the white kids went to the base and those kinds of things. So I was really oblivious to the fact that he was a black coach and his roster used to be all black. It wasn't until way down the line that little white guy came on, Yeah.
And then I was seeing people, they was like, I thought Georgetown was an HBCU until recently. They're the only 10 niggas on campus.
Yeah. So shout out to the great John Thompson. It's a big loss for our city, but he sure is nothing like when you got sports teams in your city winning. That when you winning, you like, really? What?
Back then, Georgetown players was more famous at the club than the Bullets. Allen Iverson, when he played for Georgetown, would come in the club and the niggas on the Wizards would be jealous of him. Because he had more fans than the Wizards.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. And Allen Iverson has a great story with Georgetown because Allen Iverson got in some trouble down in Virginia. I think, is he from Norfolk or he's from Hampton? He's from Hampton. Some kind of trouble he got in, just a little fight in high school. And we want to railroad him and lock him up. And John Thompson brought him to Georgetown. I think it was one of the best decisions ever made.
Man, from jail to almost like an Ivy League school. That's when you got power. That nigga was like Moses. He was like Moses.
When you got power.
He was like our Black Jesus almost back in the day. You look at him yeah. People sometimes we like you said, we take for granted because we was from there, the impression that he had on black people all over America.
Right.
Over America. And he was looking Patrick Ewing eye to eye, like, nigga, you gonna do what I said do.
And I'm talking about they would be hooping.
You remember Michael Graham?
Yeah, Michael Graham. Michael Graham couldn't keep a F average, but that boy could.
Crazy as a motherfucker. Crazy as hell. I was every game. I was like, I would just wait for him to swing on somebody. I know he's gonna swing on somebody this game. Yeah. I know. I miss what's his name too, used to play with him. Remember Spriggs used to wear them big high Nikes, used to come all the way up like riding boots on his knee. You remember Eddie Springs? You don't remember him? He used to be had to do his back up. He had something wrong with his ankle. So John Thompson had them make him these special Nikes. Them Jones used to come all the way up like riding boots.
No, I don't remember that. No, I don't remember that.
Every time he come in the game, people like, where the hell he get them Nikes from? Them ain't real Nikes. Oh man. What do you think about the Redskins? They ain't got no name.
That's good. When you don't win it, you should be called a football team. They need to win the football team. When they start winning some games, somebody start thinking about giving them a name. Until then, you the football team.
When they left DC, the spirit left.
Yeah.
When they moved to Southeast, the spirit left.
Went to Rao John Maryland. Whatever Rao John Maryland is. I don't know what Rao John Maryland is.
That part of Maryland right there got like 4 names. It could be Seat Pleasant. It could be
Landover.
It could be Landover. You can call it whatever you want to right there. Upper Marlboro. It's 7 Upper Marlboroughs.
We talk about all stuff at home, all stuff in Maryland, all that kind of stuff. So if you from the DMV, indeed you get it. Where we coming from with all this different kind of stuff.
Oh man, it's like 7 Upper Marlboro. I know 7 niggas that live in 7 different places. They all say they live in Upper Marlboro. I say, ain't no way you Upper Marlboro by PG Plus. Ain't no way.
Nah, you're not in Upper Marlboro. Ain't no way in the world. It's no way in the world. But they don't need no name. We got shout out to the WNBA too. Them girls over there. Now they hooping.
They be hooping.
Now they be over there hooping. You can say that people say the game ain't exciting because they don't dunk. I don't care. It's better than the NBA.
Yeah, the girls be having more skill. The girls have more skill than the men.
Yeah, we gotta have more skill than the men in life in general.
Yeah, they more coachable than the men. They do exactly what the coach say. Mm-hmm. Niggas is still out there just doing whatever. James Harden is traveling all over the court.
Have you done any internet comedy?
I have. I've been doing some for the DC Improv. I've done a couple of, I've done a few. I got to the point now where I got used to it now. I be having props. I be pulling up little stuff on. I be having my little stuff set up. I did a competition for the DC Improv last week. I tore their ass up because I had done like 4 other shows. I had props. I was pulling out moonshine and reefer and everything from the side. They was like, where you getting all this stuff from? I was like, yeah, I've been watching. I've been doing my little homework. I ain't get on all the TV shows for nothing. I be doing my homework.
I know.
Remember the time me and you drove to the top of that mountain in Denver? Fort Evans Road, the highest road in America. Remember, who was it? Me, you, and Vance, nephew Tommy manager, and your manager at the time.
Oh my God, yes. You took me way back.
Road in America.
You took me way back. He come laugh coming in here again. I mean, I don't know what kind of laugh. He almost act like he on Morse code. This ain't he ain't even on no phone.
He just be popping up.
Man, let me tell y'all. I'm like that. I'm like that crackhead cousin. I just show up every now and then. Hey, Dominique. Hey, what? Hey, who got $1? Anybody got? You ain't got no dollar I can hold?
Cash app.
Can't do it. I can cash app you. What's your cash app?
Don't let me. Hey, well, bump it then. Hey,
I'm a PayPal you.
Hey, well, Bumpy, you ain't even gotta pay me. You got 2 people that can come in on this little situation.
No, I ain't bringing nobody to that. I buy you something to eat. I buy you something to eat, but I ain't bringing nobody in on that. What you want to eat? I get you. Which one? Number 1, number 2. But I ain't bringing nobody in on that.
No,
I need you to bring 2 friends that want to get on this Susu board.
No, I can't do it.
Two things I can't deal with: Susu and people be sending me chain letters in Facebook. Please send this to 10 people if you love them. Hell no, I ain't sending that thing to nobody.
Right, and you know another thing that I find weird too? That's just weird to me. Why do when somebody died, people start posting a picture of them with somebody else that died? What is the significance of that? I don't understand. saying that. Like I seen a picture of Chadwick Boseman. People start posting Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman that we just recently lost from colon cancer. He was 43. But then they start posting pictures with him and Cole. What? I don't understand. What is that?
Yeah, the Black Panther and the Black Mamba together.
But it's
weird. It's weird. People in this internet been going crazy, man.
Yeah, because like Kobe looking down like, I don't even know that nigga like that. Like, we took a picture together. He cool and all, but I don't even know him like that.
You would have thought they would at least put a picture of him and Jackie Robinson together. He at least played Jackie Robinson.
Right. I don't even understand the significance of that. I don't know.
They just want to get Facebook likes.
Then they saying parents telling their kids that the Black Panther died. I was like, just like that? They just saying that the Black Panther died just like that? You gotta explain death a little bit better to your kids. These kids are on social media like just crying. What is that? What are you doing? You got all the action figures in the line with the Black Panther laid out. I said, this is not right.
My son came in and said, Black Panther died. I said, no, it didn't. I put the movie on it. I said, there you go, right there.
Oh.
And then it's a character. You gotta explain to these kids the difference between the person who played the character of Black Panther and the because if you tell them Black Panther died, then they recast it next year. Then how you explain that?
Yeah.
I've been seeing people talking about who they don't want to be recasted as the Black Panther. I already done seen like 7,000 people say Wesley Snipes and Tyrese better not get it.
Oh no, I want Samuel Jackson to be the new Black Panther.
The new Black Panther, Samuel Jackson.
Because you know he gonna be cussing.
Yeah. I love Samuel Jackson. He'll get the cussing in a New York Minute on you. Don't play.
With a Jerry curl.
Yeah, Wakanda forever, motherfucker. Yeah, that's what I want Sam to
It just seems like so many people been passing this year, though. It's been ridiculous, you know. But the internet make it, like you said, the internet make it so much worse now.
I don't know if it's more people passing or we just in tune. We just in tune because it's probably been that way. I just think we just in tune and we get information so fast and see everything. And then when one person pays, everybody posts a picture, and I'm talking about on all platforms. And it's just a constant thing. You can't even look at Facebook no more. Facebook is just a straight obituary.
I'd be scared to open it in the morning. I'd be like, I don't really want the negative news in the morning. I seriously told my wife yesterday, I said, I don't get on no social media enough until like noon. I be wanting my morning to be positive. I want to have positive thoughts in the morning.
Yeah.
Listen, Facebook is the devil. If point blank period, Facebook is the devil.
Why you say that, Lane?
Because if you want all the bad shit, Facebook gonna send it to you. It's gonna, if Facebook send, at least on Instagram, it's gonna mix it up. It's gonna send you some naked hoes every now and then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's gonna mix it up. Facebook gonna send you all the negative shit.
I'm talking about Facebook is like a running obituary, bruh. Facebook got so much sad news. You like, I can't even do it. I can't do it. Everybody on there seem like they're in the hospital. They going there. Everybody on Facebook in need of prayer.
Everybody.
The whole Facebook.
What about the brothers that got a lot to say? They ain't got one period or comma in the whole goddamn page. One big long run-on sentence.
And no capital letters.
Listen, if you got too much negative stuff on your page, I say inappropriate shit to you. Like I called when Rodney Perry posted that he had COVID. I called Rodney Perry. I said, "Nigga, you a selfish bastard. How you get all the new sicknesses, nigga? You done had a stroke. You done caught COVID, nigga. You just selfish. Let another nigga catch something. God damn,
I
right?
don't even want to laugh at that. I don't even want to laugh at that.
Oh, he was dying. He was like, nigga, you stupid. He said, I expect nothing less from you, don't laugh.
But that's Atlanta. Atlanta, that's one thing I always enjoyed about going to Atlanta to tape a TV show. When I see brothers that's from out of town that never taped in Atlanta, I said, these Atlanta niggas about to get at this nigga. This nigga gonna be scared to death by the time.
You know what I like about
the whole set.
You know what I like about Atlanta though? And I like when what I like about Atlanta is when you up there bombing, how the DJ and when you bombing in Atlanta, the DJ and everybody get to playing songs on you and everything, and these people in the audience. But then I love it after they bomb, when you come up, they be like, boy, woo! I ain't seen nothing like that since she got down. Fuck you mean?
They definitely got a better spirit than most cities. They joan on each other, but it's practice that they get. Like in DC, we can't joan on each other like niggas. It's gonna end up in a fight.
It's gonna be a fight. And I'm gonna tell you another thing in Atlanta. They will call around city to city. I remember Scope would call, he'd be like, ooh, body, whoa, that boy bombed that. Ooh. I'm gonna tell you how it went. First of all, Lamb went up, Lamb killed it, Alex went up, Alex killed it. Then that damn whoever it is went up. Ooh, that boy bombed so bad, everybody. They wouldn't even find no more chicken bombs so bad.
Hey, I remember the time I went to Uptown with Orlando Jones and Lamb was hosting.
Ooh.
Lamb, I've been on the road with Orlando for a minute, so I'd be taking it easy. Lamb had turned the heat up so high on me, I had to go hard. Yeah. And then we just left him out there on the island. The nigga came back in the back. They said they starting up. I said, oh
nigga. Let me tell you, Atlanta like Rucker Park, baby. You gotta come with your face on every single time. Yeah, just like you can't go to the Rucker thinking you finna do that NBA shit. Atlanta the same way. You can't come to Atlanta thinking you finna do no LA shit, nigga. That's not
you gonna bomb.
Yeah,
you gonna bomb.
Yeah,
we like the Rucker. We not playing.
And the DJ gonna put on, say you're feeling kind of lonely. You had a bad day, babe.
Back when I first started, when Dom them used to have this joint DC called Tacoma Station, nigga, I used to bomb every Monday for like a whole year. Every Monday. They used to, when Willie Robo used to do it, the DJ used to play the Jaws music. When your first bomb, your first joke goes slow, be slow and don't really get no hit, that thing's like, dun.
Oh, that's cool.
Your next one don't hit, that don't speed up. Dun.
Nigga, see, Alex, I don't know how long you've been doing comedy, but in Atlanta, we used to have this room, Dominique said, called a 559.
I remember that. That was like when I first started. I ain't fuck with it.
Nigga.
This one was so bad. Let me tell you how bad this one was. I had to resort to joning or a dude in the wheelchair. That's how bad this was. How you gonna heckle me from a wheelchair? He was back at the bar, and he gonna heckle me from the wheelchair, right? He heckling and I looked at him and he sitting there heckling with a drink. I said, I bet you ain't stand up and get that drink though. I said, I guarantee you ain't stand up. Who handed it to you? Yeah. And I got some laughs off of Joe on him because Bruce will tell you. Bruce hosts that room. He'll tell you before he went up there, do much time as you can. I got your money. It's all good.
It's all good.
Exactly. He said, do what you can.
My first experience in Atlanta, I got so lucky. I got on Comic View in 6 months after I've been doing comedy.
No, God.
I did. I auditioned in DC. I've been doing comedy for 6 months, and they picked me for Comic View. And they sent me down there to that joint when Ricky Smiley was hosting was at the Atrium. It wasn't at the Atrium that year. It was at a different room.
Either Atrium or Center Stage. Them the two places.
Center Stage. No, it was Atrium first. Then it was Center Stage. That next time I did it. The first time I ever went on stage in Atlanta, Big Rome was warming the room up, had that joint on fire. And then Ricky Smiley came out there with the kickball coach when he had that big shoe on. They were falling down in the aisle laughing. That nigga said, "You ready?" I said, "Nope, I ain't ready." I ain't bomb. I ain't do good. I just did good enough just to get the fuck out of there.
Man, that's how they do. Like I remember the first time I ever headlined Uptown back in the days. Bruce was hosting, and when I tell you Bruce took that bitch to a level like no other, and then that nigga looked at me and say, "You still want some of this?" Like, no, nigga, I don't. I gotta get this money.
Yes, I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna see what I can try to do with it.
I'm gonna try,
boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Comedy stories. We got some great stories, and at this time where ain't nobody hardly going to work a little bit, people starting to work more and more and more. Lamb, you've been out a couple of times, huh?
Okay, so what we're gonna do is I have visited a couple of comedy clubs. I've not been out, and that's how we gonna say that, since I'm like Alex, we're not gonna mess up my unemployment. So no, I have not been working, but I have visited a couple of comedy clubs. You know how people visit churches and they come in and
they took up a collection.
They took up a collection for me. A love offering. That's what it is. A love offering.
Right, because I'm going to Atlanta, but they passing the basket around for me too. I don't even have. I'm just going because I need to go on stage. I'm not getting paid or nothing.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? See, that's the thing about it is you and that's people don't realize for comics, like working comics, you used to being on stage like 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
So exactly. And so to go for 3-4 months without getting on stage, that is unheard of for us.
Yeah, it's unheard of.
I know when I lived in New York, my record, I got on stage 8 times one night.
Wow.
In New York. You know, it's going on Friday in New York. That shit started like 4:00.
Yeah, you can really.
Yeah, you could be moving out there, and you be catching shows and catching little spots all the way up to like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
and that's why them jokers be so polished though. Them jokers will get on stage 10 times a night, but you gotta go 17 places to come up with 250. Them niggas always like, come on up here and get this $100 and find somewhere to stay.
Sometimes it don't be that. Nigga, Drew Frazier paid me in a fist bump one time. He like, good set.
Oh, so you kind of had to lead it. Like when I lead it, they ain't do me like that. They always give me a little something.
They give you a little something.
But if you ain't lead it, they had them 3 spots. They had that 50, that 75, and that 100. So by living there, I was able to get to that 100 quick. When you coming from out of town, they kind of with that 100.
Dominique, the crazy thing about it is the first time I ever went to New York to perform, you was one of the first people to put me on stage. When we performed, it was the room that was in Queens.
Which one was it?
The one that had the glass around the bar.
The Manhattan Proper.
Manhattan Proper.
Yeah.
Manhattan Proper.
And you was hosting.
I was hosting the Proper. Okay.
You was hosting the Proper, and it was so crazy. The niggas that was in the glass weren't paying attention to shit. They were paying attention to shit. It was like a club within the club.
Yeah, it was.
I moved to New York. My first day in New York, I didn't even put my bags down at my cousin's house in Brooklyn. It was a Sunday night. I went over to the Boston Comedy Club. That's when Talent and them used to have the Boston on Sunday. I was in New York 3 hours. As soon as I walked up down there, Rollins, I'm glad you here, home team, because we can ready to fight all these niggas. I said, wait.
That was good.
That nigga said, we can ready to fight all these niggas. I said, wait a minute, hold on, man. I'm trying to get in. He said, all these niggas hating on me, home team, because I'm funny out this nigga, son. He said, we can ready to rumble all these niggas.
Man, let me tell you, nigga, I remember one time I was in New Jersey and I was with comedian Jay, Dean Edwards. So Jay booked, first of all, the club was in the middle of some projects in New Jersey. And so we go in the club, the stage is like upstairs and it got a fence, like an outside fence around.
I remember that club. I remember that joke. It was in Orange, East Orange.
Yes, nigga. The owner came to us and said, hey, your money good. If these niggas get the fight, don't worry about it. Just step up in the corner and we still got your money, but don't worry about it. First of all, anytime you walk in the club and they got an outdoor fence inside, you already know that niggas don't know.
You already know.
I did them. And
Dean, as soon as I went on stage, I did my time. As soon as Dean came on, we heard some niggas say, well, nigga, what you want to do then, son? Once we heard that, them niggas started rumbling, and it was a wrap from there. It was like, nigga, this is crazy. But the promoter's like, I told you they gonna get the fight. Get money.
I mean, we've been out here for a while. We veteran comics. And we're going to stay out here because one thing I do know, comedy going to survive through anything. People want to laugh. People want to laugh. They want to do two things. They want to laugh and they want to get high. And I mean real high. Like New Jack City. In times like these, people want to laugh and they want to get high. And I mean real high.
You know old school Danny Williams in DC?
Yeah.
Me and Danny was up at Jokes on Us one time. He got so high, he was in the balcony upstairs and missed both shows. They called that nigga name for 2 shows. He didn't make it to either show. This nigga was up
God.
Bit.
Damn.
They like Danny Williams, this nigga in the balcony stretched out.
I ain't never go that far.
It was fucked up. We was up there enjoying having a ball, man. DC comedy ain't what it used to be, Don.
But I don't think any comedy is. But you still got people like us, so we gonna make it do what it do anyway. You know what I mean?
We're gonna keep it going.
We're gonna keep it going. It is what it is. We ain't come this far, to be dropped off like that. So we're gonna definitely keep it going. I'm glad y'all came on here. We're gonna have to have you back on here at another point in time when you can get your thing to work.
Yeah, be stationary.
But listen, give the people y'all social media handles and those type of things so they can follow you.
Go ahead, Lab.
All right, for me, it's Comedian Lab Love. Lab Love is LAVLUV. Everything's Comedian Lab Love, including the website. If you go to the website, you ain't even got to go everywhere else. It'll take you there. ComedianLabLove.com. Just go there and follow. Come holler at me.
Yeah. And you can find me on Facebook at F Alex Scott. I had to put the F on there because every time they book me, they always thought Alex Thomas was gonna show up at the club. They like, you ain't who we booked, nigga. And I'm like, what? Wait a minute. So I got and then on Instagram it's just Alex Scott Comedy, but I change my name up all the time. Right now I'm farmer in the Dale because I'm growing some weed in my backyard. So they say to help fight the coronavirus. That's what they said.
Okay, it does, huh?
Okay. Yeah, that's what I heard. But I appreciate you for having me on.
I appreciate y'all. And Lamb, I'm glad you kept coming back. That let me know you're a fighter. You kept fighting through, and you just kept you were persistent and resilient, Lamb. But
you damn right.
Yeah, Lamb, I'm gonna holler at you about Atlanta and see if we get what's gonna happen. But
okay, let me know. We'll talk.
We'll talk. So I appreciate y'all being on, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for my guest, Alex Thomas and Lab Love. And I'll see you next week. Same place, same time. And we are out.